Hello, Capricorn. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do your December 2021 tarot reading. Happy birthday! Happy birthday to the Capricorn people born in December and into January. I want to also start by saying thank you, a very big thank you right at the top for the Capricorn people that have come for readings, returned to readings, for the likes that I have received really all year long. It means the world to me. I want you to know it tells me that you're there, that a message got through that perhaps resonated or you enjoyed, and I appreciate it very, very much. I wanted you to know. Okay, also, I wanted to quickly bring in the chart that I did for December. I did do another astrology reading for the collective. You can find that at the channel under the videos tab. It's a beautiful chart. Boy, and Capricorn really is a focus point because of the winter solstice. We have these planets in Antitia, like they're equidistant from the solstice point, 0 degrees of Capricorn. Wow, even Mars and Saturn are. I didn't discuss that, but if it comes up in your reading, I will bring it in. But there's just a lot of change indicated, big events like Jupiter moving into Pisces. So you might enjoy that, and I wanted to just let you know about that. All right, now the cards I'm going to be using are Il Meneghello reproduction cards. This is the deck by Giovanni Vecchetta from the late 19th century. And then also the Daily Crystal Inspiration, which I like to bring in for the big events like the solstices and the equinoxes. So instead of daily, let's call it the Solstice Crystal Inspiration. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull right off the top for the first half of the reading. Then I will dig into the deck. Okay, so this is for the sign of Capricorn. What are the messages that we need to know for the sign of Capricorn? For our Capricorn friends, what are the messages that we need to know for the sign of Capricorn? All right, we're starting out with the Five of Swords. I don't know if you celebrate Christmas or not, but it's interesting, this wreath shape. There are a lot of wreaths in this deck. And in the older decks, anyway, these wreaths can also signify like an accomplishment or completion, but 5 change. So that's interesting how those are intermixed in that image. Now, here is the 7 of coins. All right, the 7. And we have another 7, the 7 of cups. All right, interesting. Followed by the 8. All right, the 8 of cups. And now we have another spade card, or we might say swords. This is the 4. The 4 of swords. And really strong, I want to say associations with like knighthood, being a warrior. There's a shield. We can see the helmet. The armor covering the hand. All right, so that's an interesting card. And this would be the Hanged Man, although it could also be a woman. It's a little hard to tell with this particular card. Okay, okay, interesting. Some real contradictory energy, and I have to say, actually, that does mirror the astrology reading quite clearly, because as I mentioned, there is this sense of a strong desire for peace with both Venus and then Mercury and the Sun equidistant from Capricorn. Strong desire for peace coming through with the cups, but also the Saturn and Mars energy is showing they are also equidistant but square. And so there are ways in which I think people are feeling some real limitations in life, and it can be very frustrating. That might be impacting you currently. I do feel, Capricorn, there is some change indicated. It looks like you're going through it currently, right now. For some of you, it may have to do with something financial, some financial uncertainty that you're experiencing. This is a rather specific message, but for a few of you, it could actually have to do with cryptocurrencies. Okay, something going on in December with cryptocurrencies and instability and concerns over that, or a sense of like being set back by that. That's just for a few of you. But it could be, if it's not cryptocurrency, it could be something else, some other financial sort of question and change that you're undergoing that feels a little stressful, I have to say, a little stressful. But I'm going to say, I feel really, I'm going to emphasize a little stressful, because I feel you still have a very good foundation. I'm really picking up some very strong financial sort of images and wording. For example, okay, so for some of you, it's like, I took that loss, but my portfolio is still solid. I diversified. And that diversification is what's keeping me balanced and solid. Like, you potentially, you experimented a little bit and branched out and took some risk financially, but it's not really going to hurt you if indeed your portfolio is diversified. Now, I am not a financial expert by any means. Okay, so that's just very general, kind of common knowledge terminology. And for those of you that are involved in investing in that sort of thing, of course, you will know 100 times more than I do. I guarantee you, about finances. But I am picking those terms up and those concepts from the reading. Okay, so I'm going to also say this. It feels very specific. We'll see if some general messages come in, more general, but I encourage you to look at your moon sign or rising sign, even for a message. Those other signs can be sometimes very effective for receiving messages. So if it's not quite hitting home, you might check that out. I do want to say there's just some way, now this would be the more general messages. I feel there's some way in which you were feeling really limited or confined, perhaps guarded. This may have been something that you chose to do. Like, I'm going to put up these limitations. But I feel what I'm picking up also is that you're sensing that it is a limitation, and that potentially you are going to want to expand more, branch out in some way, or let down the guard somewhat in 2022. You might be feeling that, like, I think I'm ready to branch out or experiment a little bit, in a cautious way, of course, not taking too much risk, but and that can be relating to relationships, or work or finances. That could be in many different ways, but you will know because the message will be resonating for you as I'm saying it. And all right, we're going to pick 4 more cards for the sign of Capricorn. And it is the Knight of... Okay, we just have to giggle. There it is, the Knight of Swords again. Just about every time I read with an Ilmenagelo deck, the Knight of Swords comes through, and he's just becoming like my best friend. So thank you, Knight of Swords, for coming in to our reading. We love to see you. And okay, here we go. Here is the next card for Capricorn. It's the 5 of coins. All right, completely consistent with everything that's been going on. And let's pick 2 more. Two more for my Capricorn friends. Here we go. Here's one card for Capricorn. Okay. Interesting. All right. It's the Lovers or Love. Amore. Okay. That's nice to see. And one more card for Capricorn. One more card, please, for the sign of Capricorn. And it's the Two of Batons. All right, to finish. So let's see what other messages or layers this brings in. Well, regarding this Knight of Spades or Swords, again, I feel like this is a confirmation, and it's repeating the sense that you're ready to venture out a little bit. I feel that you are well, I want to say like outfitted. You're well outfitted or very prepared. You have all the equipment that you need to go on this journey, including, the horse and all of the, the tack and the uniform and the cap and the sword. It's like you have everything you need to go on this journey. And I think you're going to be very careful about the steps that you take. All right. It's going to be like very procedural. Like, I'm not just going to go out there rashly and, just throw caution to the wind. No, it's like I'm going to have a plan. I'm going to go out. I'm going to venture. I'm going to expand, but it's going to be strategic and I'm going to be prepared. Because this does, I think, relate to the idea of change coming in. Like, change is occurring now. It can be occurring whether you initiated it or not, it's occurring. And so movement is appropriate now. I do feel that this kind of feels like for the month of December. I'm not, maybe January. I don't feel like this is going out like really long term, but it does look like there's going to be some kind of decision that you need to make regarding this expansion. Like, where exactly am I going to end up going with this? So that might be the result of some experimentation or expansion that you're involved in, is like a decision of sorts that you're going to make. All right. I don't see any issues with making the decision. It doesn't look like any complications. It just looks like it's going to lead to a decision, and that's something that you can handle. All right, now, okay, somewhat ironically, you received terminated quartz with the message, get out of your own way. Okay, so we have to just giggle a little bit. I'm really associating that with this idea of the Knight of Swords and just being so calculated and knowing exactly where you're going to go. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but, in a sense, it's like, as you move through all of these obstacles, I can see you just going, like, stepping in all of the clear spots. I'm going to hit the clear spots, and I'm going to make my way through. Let's go ahead and read the message, though, and see if there's something that comes in that resonates. I love that card, by the way. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. I love the message as well. Let me see if I can find the T's. They should be coming right up. Here we go. Terminated quartz. There's tiger's eye. Here we go. Okay. Let's read the message. The path is clear to your success. All you need do is claim it. You are the sole owner and operator of your personal journey. Shed any thoughts of doubt which can lead to derailment. You are entitled to live your best life. Don't relinquish your power by giving in to negative thoughts or trying to avoid or deflect responsibility. Confront any obstacles that emerge and consciously seek out solutions. Success is yours. Take control, take ownership, and take heart, and you will take command of your own destiny. Okay, this almost Capricorn could be like a mantra for you, that message. There's so much encapsulated there, which reminds me of you. The idea of the potential for negative thoughts to come in. All right. Now, I didn't pick that up in the reading, but as a general message for Capricorn, we know that's true because your Saturn ruled. And so the negativity can come in, but then also the idea that you are so goal driven and driven towards success in life that you will overcome that. It can almost be like a life lesson to learn to overcome the negative thinking when it creeps in and get back on track. It's all about you. And so if you do find that some negative thoughts come in, really, I don't feel concerned about it because I think you will get right back to your mission. All right, Capricorn, that's your reading for December 2021. Thank you so much for being here. As always, it is a pleasure and a privilege to read for you, and I'll see you next time.